no love for Vengeance Day anymore. That it's in March and all. I'm Chris over the Wrestling Vlog, who always tells it like it is. Secondary for the women's, primary for the men's. Still can't believe they gave Mrs. Brooks the women's IC belt, but hopefully it won't be for long. 2.5 out of 4, not too shabby. Now, remember when NXT first grabbed the PLE name Vengeance Day? You know, the one that was first used in 2001 to decide the undisputed world champion after the invasion angle nearly 25 years ago? Well, it made sense that the event, even if it was at the Performance Center, would take place near Valentine's Day. You know, one VD on another, right? Well, so much for that. I guess Peacock preferred to have NXT PLEs at certain times after WWE PLEs, as in the following day or the following week at worst. Since V-Day was 2 weeks ahead of the Royal Rumble, they moved it to the week after Elimination Chamber, thus ending the synergy of the two VDs. And the card itself? Always good to see Joe Hendry, especially now that he's champ, so the match shouldn't be too bad. And it's good to see the former Don of NXT back and kicking Dark State ass. The 3 women's matches? Mixed bag, especially since they seem to be thrown together hastily. Well, here's hoping this is a good VD. You know what I mean. Here are my predictions for Vengeance Day 26. We start with the only non-stip match, Tony D'Angelo versus Dion Lennox of Dark State. D'Angelo was gone for a good while once the family split up. No one knows just where the Lawyer Warrior and the Mauling Maul went, and Stacks just makes me want to puke with that lovey-dovey crap. But apparently it was Dark State that put D'Angelo on the shelf for so long. Now Tony wants revenge. But the match is essentially 4-on-1, unless Mr. Stone bars the rest of Dark State from ringside. Not that Dark State will adhere to that. But being a former Italian mobster, Tony is more than happy to say, bring a few other mooks and it'll be a fair fight. Winner is Tony D'Angelo. Street fight, Jada Parker versus Blake Monroe. Oh, we all knew there was a beast hiding within that beauty. We all just knew that when pushed enough, Monroe would ditch the Maryland act and want to get down and dirty. The thing is, though, Parker has been down and dirty for most of her life. Most of her career, anyway. She is no one to screw around with when there's no disqualification and no holds barred. Then again, no one outside of AEW fans have actually seen Monroe's truly ugly side. And that includes Parker. Now remember, it was Monroe who asked for the stipulation. Maybe there's brains in that beauty to go with the beast. She's a regular She-Hulk, she is. Winner, Blake Monroe. NXT Underground match, Lola Vice versus Kelani Jordan. It's been a while since we had this ropeless type of match. To remind you, there's no disqualification, pinfall, or countout. The match only ends if someone taps out or is knocked out. Again, it was Jordan who asked for this, not Vice, though I'm sure Vice is very much welcoming to it. This is not a match for the weak-hearted, and both ladies have been itching to get at each other for, a few weeks, really. But remember that Vice is fighting injured, and a hurting hand makes it so much easier for Jordan to force a submission out of her. Not saying she won't fight against it, but Vice needs to be shelved and recover. Winner, Kelani Jordan. Women's North American title, Izzy Dane defends against Tatum Paxley. Oh, it's always been keen when two former stablemates fight. Granted, it was only for a couple of months that they were both part of the culling, and the feud has been going on since Thanksgiving, but hey, still counts, right? Yeah, even I'm getting a little tired of these two at each other's throats. Something's got to give. Either Paxley's got to take the title once and for all from Dame, or Dame has to put Paxley down for good. Of course, Nico Vince and Shawn Spears will try thwarting Paxley when she gets the upper hand, but the most they can do without getting women's rights activists involved is pull Paxley out of the ring. And they can do that only once before they're thrown out by the ref. And after that, Paxley would go nuts. Well, more nuts. Winner and new champ, Tatum Paxley. Finally, NXT Championship, Joe Hendry versus Ricky Saints. Boy, Saints really wants that title back, doesn't he? He feels that since his expatriation from AEW, he deserves to be champ all the time. Never mind the fact that the only singles title he got there was a throwaway from ECW days. Not that Hendry has been a primary champ yet, just a champ in the minor leagues and the bush leagues of the WWE these days. Still, with the 2025 and early 26 he's had, how can anyone not believe in Hendry? Saints may have won the Owen Hart Cup, but he has yet to be at WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble. Saints may have fought in front of 20,000 or more, but he hasn't fought in a packed football stadium. If the WWE has that much faith in Joe Hendry, well, we can just say his name and he'll appear to send Saints marching out. Winner and still champ, Joe Hendry. Those are my picks. Maybe a little of is still in NXT's heart. I'm Chris Hall with the Wrestling Blog, who always tells it like it is. Pray for peace, and I'll see you